Hey, everybody, welcome to 2021. We thought this year was going to be better, but it wasn't better when it comes to college basketball. The algorithm is the worst day I've ever had. I mean, it is literally the worst day the algorithm's ever had. I don't think I've ever gone 35% on the money line. Wow, what a crappy day. Amazing. Let's dive in real quick, and then we're going to talk about tomorrow. Do you know how many games there are tomorrow? I have 73 games in here for tomorrow. So even though we just completely crapped the bed today, it doesn't mean anything. Anything can happen any day. Because it was Vegas, too, that also lost. How did Vegas do today? Let's see. Let's compare. How did Vegas do? Let's sort this by money line ascending. And then filter by greater, less than, money line is less than 0. 0. Let's see how they did. They went 12 and 10. So that's how bad I did compared to Vegas. They at least got 55% of their games right. We just did awful. Awful, 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 awful. So let's talk about what happened. I clearly need to look and see if we need to reevaluate some formulas, because I think that we do. But that's just terrible. What lost? I know some things that lost. Remember how I said all these teams should win? 3 out of 4 lost. And, I mean, it's ridiculous. Liberty comes all the way back and blows it. But Vegas had these teams, too. So it's like, what? Wright State's the only one that won. Even Marshall lost. Look at this. I've never seen it like this, actually. I've never seen 6 of the top 7 games lose. Rice was a winner. Yay. Great. Northern Kentucky. Awesome. Western Kentucky. Hey, good for Kentucky. Kennesaw State blows this game up. They started this game up 14-0 and lost. I mean, talk about crap. At least FIU wins. Lafayette first game of the year, right? Ugh, I don't even know. Crazy. All right, just chalk it up to it. It's going to happen. I laughed. I lost all my tickets. I lost my $100 today. I was at a casino recording a video earlier today. And as you can tell, I lost my $100. But at least I lost in resounding fashion. Jesus. All right, well, let's talk about tomorrow. 73 games. I promise you we will do better than 35% winners on these games. I guarantee it, actually. If we don't get at least 35% right on the money line tomorrow, if we do a day worse than yesterday, this number right here is less than 35%, I will refund everyone's money who's purchased this. Everybody. All you that have bought this December or January. If we do not get at least 35% of these games right on the money line on this 73 game day, you get all your money back. Everybody. That's how confident I am we can't have a day as bad as that. It happens once in a while. Let's see what we got. I did, by the way, I found an error when I was working this morning, by the way, too. This was screwed up. I had a screw up error here and it was screwing up my line. So I don't think that had anything to do with us losing, because I think the numbers were accurate in what we were looking at, but still. Anyway, all right, let's talk about 73 freaking games. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Are you just going to have to go to the Google Sheet? I don't have this kind of time. I'm doing payroll work for everybody all across the country right now. I can't really go over this. But what I can do is do what? Give you a pick of the day? Yeah, I can give you a pick of the day. Well, Boise State's supposed to beat San Jose State because they're the worst team ever. But you can't do anything with that line. Let's see here. I want to find you a pick of the day that's a good line. Like it says Oral Roberts. I don't want it to be away. I'm just going to start pruning. I only want home teams. Although, let me take a look at a second. How did our home teams do yesterday? 5-4 at least. Away teams 2-9. Just bet against our away teams. Isn't that what we're supposed to do? It's pretty obvious. So like every away game, just bet this team over here. That's what it's saying to do. No, don't do that. Don't do that. But that is certainly what it was saying to do the last couple days. All right, so home team with a reasonable line. LaSalle over Fordham. But Fordham only has 1 game, so no. So yeah, let's start pruning out of here. Let's get rid of our games played. If they've had 0, 1, 2, even 3 games, everyone's got to have at least 4 in my book. Let's do that. Everybody's got to have at least 4 games. I only want home teams. Refuse to take anybody on the road. That leads you to 28 possibilities. What else do we want to filter for? How about, I really don't want low power strengths because those are bad teams and you're asking for trouble. I would rather say the margin, like, you have a lot of interesting lines in here. Let's sort this by the best line, okay, which is going to be the money line descending, yes. So here you have Florida State over Duke. And Florida State is at home. Okay, good. These teams have played 7 and 5 games. Okay, good. It's projecting that Florida State wins by point projections, and they have a 50 point. Yeah, okay. This is really interesting. Duke gets a lot of cred for being Duke, but apparently Florida State's really good this year. So Florida State plus 6.5 is a borderline pick of the day by looking at all this. I like it a lot. Who cares that we got our ass kicked yesterday? You're not going to get your ass kicked every day. If you talked to us a couple weeks ago, you would have been like, oh my God, Ken, you're predicting everything that's going on. It goes in waves. It just happens. And we're going to make more work and adjustments to it. So a day like yesterday doesn't happen all the time. Mississippi and Kentucky really thinks they're going to win by projected score. This is an interesting way of looking at it. Here you have a bad team. So SEMO, Southeast Missouri State, you don't, even though Tennessee State is really, really bad, these are bad teams. So you're going to ask for the same kind of problem that you're going to have with Idaho, 2 days ago, or we have a bad team at home that you think's supposed to win, but they're bad. So you don't want to mess with it. Like Florida State, really good, a much better team, even though they're going up against Duke, which isn't getting as much as they should because they only have 5 games, and that's a little bit of a problem there. They're right over our cutoff. But all these games have decent lines. How about, here's one with a 27% margin. USC over Utah. But they're minus 230. Sorry, this is the only plus of all of them. Is that so? This is the only game that's plus, so that's all because of Duke. So what it's saying is if Duke has had enough, what's Duke's record this year? Let's check. Let's see if Duke's had enough games to matter. They're 3-2. That's the problem. They've had a fairly okay straight. No, that's what it is. Duke's not as good as they used to be. That's what it's saying. So I'll give you a pick of the day. It's Florida State at plus 230 or Florida State plus 6.5. Have fun. Do whatever. I may bet, may not tomorrow. I got a million things to do. But if you want access to the Google Sheet where you can see all the games and all the updates, because there will be an update in the morning, then go subscribe, follow the links, and we will do that. In the meantime, if you don't take Florida State and you sort this thing by margin again, which is supposed to be good, anything reasonable up here? Not really. Maybe Texas Christian. Nah. Any other? I'm sure we have some big road dogs down here. Like you can imagine that all these teams are going to lose, right? Like. The way the algorithm has been going, this is the funny thing about losing, is like, well, if we could teach the algorithm to lose every single game, then wouldn't we just know to bet the opposite, right? So it's losing games way down here at this low margin percentage with away teams, all these games. So Sam Houston, Elon, Northwestern State, Michigan State, St. Bonaventure, and College of Charlestown, even though there's some spotty mixed games there. These are all games that the algorithm's probably wrong, and you probably want to take these teams. Now, I'll accept Michigan State is a minus 450. Wow. I don't know. Take some more analysis. There's so many games that I'm just not going to go through in the video. There are too many other things. If you knew all the other outward-facing things that I was doing other than this, you'd be like, no way you're doing this every day. I'd be like, yeah, I know I am. But it's clearly suffering because I'm not able to put enough time into the programming, which I will do later this month, but I am just overwhelmed with other actual accounting work that has a timeline that is due right now. So anyway, guys, tons of games. Subscribe to the Google Sheet if you're interested in learning more about this as we make it better. But as I said, you get your money back, by the way. If you buy it and we don't get at least 35% of these games right, how many do we have to do? There's 73 games. If we need to get, what do we need to get? How do we do that math? It would be equals 0.35 times 73. We need to get at least 26 games right. If we don't get at least 20. First of all, we're going to do like we've been doing the other days. Like here, 9 and 6, 23 and 14, 60%, 67%, 62%. Actually, everything's changing around because I've been adjusting. What are we looking at? Are we filtering something else? 25. Are we missing games? What's going on here? Guys, too much information, too many other things going on. Anyway, enjoy tomorrow. Have fun. Happy New Year. And you'll see more of this work done later in the month of January, but right now it's just not getting enough attention. That's just the way it's going to be.